Who inspired you to embark upon this journey of podcasting?
Well, over the last 5 years, I see technology and trends are changing. And I've never really been a big TV watcher. You can name a movie, probably 90% chance I haven't seen it. Um, if I do watch television, I usually watch the news or something, but I do a lot of, over the last 5 years, I watched a lot of podcasts and stuff. And, I just seen it was a big market for it. And after the pandemic, after COVID, a lot of people went to virtual church, and people weren't going to the church building really, especially down in the rural areas before COVID. And COVID to me was just an excuse for them really not to go. And a lot of them haven't even returned back, even though we're on the backside of the pandemic. And so one reason is I wanted to reach more people, because I'm a firm believer that if they're not coming to you, you have to go to them. And you can reach more people doing this type of stuff than you can inside of a building. And as a while back, I had sent a resume to 2 churches, and I was trying to become their pastor. I preached at each one of them a couple times, maybe 3 times each or something. But I guess, God had other plans. And one of my best friends told me, he was like, man, you need to be more on the internet, man. He said, if those churches don't work out, then this is what you need to do. Which, of course, like I already had been anticipating starting a podcast, and not just like for ministry purposes, but just, sending positive messages. It doesn't always have to be about the Bible. But, that's one of the main reasons to reach more people. I just want to be heard. A lot of people think it's all about the money. I mean, yeah, you can make a few dollars doing it, but that doesn't come overnight. As far as people, I started about 5 years ago watching Pastor Thaddeus Matthews out of Memphis, Tennessee, which many of you may know him as the cussing pastor. Yes, I said the cussing pastor. For those of you all that don't know him or never heard of him, he is a ordained minister, and he uses profanity, but he tells the truth. He used to come on TV in Memphis 7 to 9, and then even he himself found out that he could do better by just going online. So he doesn't have to pay all that money to be on TV every day. He just does it online now. And I've called in onto his show several times. And as a matter of fact, I talked to him last week, trying to schedule something for me and him to get together whenever I make it to Memphis, so I can sit down and speak with him. But he really inspired me to, he's very involved in the community in Memphis, where they have some of the similar issues that my hometown has. They have a predominantly Black city, but, the people just won't do right. And thank God we don't have as much violence as they have up there, because they up there with Chicago with the violence. But he's very knowledgeable with the word of God. But, he gets criticized a lot for his choice of words sometimes. But as he often says, your pastor probably curses too. It just probably doesn't do it on camera. And then also another guy that I had the pleasure of meeting last year on my birthday, Charleston White, another person that is under scrutiny of the public a lot. He started out as a community activist out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And he said when he was doing strictly positive stuff, he probably wasn't getting 50 or 100 views. But once he came on playing the fool for the camera, his views went up. A lot of people criticize him because he, they don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he says. Sometimes I may not agree with everything, but most of the stuff he's saying is what people need to hear. And sometimes the truth hurt. He's nothing like what he is on the camera, because he'll tell you when he found out he can make money off of doing some of the stuff he does on camera, then he really took it to another level. But in real life, he's a community activist and a philanthropist, and always giving back, especially to the kids. And those are some people that really have inspired me to take off in the podcasting. And one last thing that a lot of people don't understand, some people say that I started this just because of my recent events with the politics, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't my intention. That just kind of fell in my lap. I really got out of the politics several years ago, and a couple of candidates just reached out to me and brought me out of retirement. But I was doing podcasting before politics, and hopefully we'll be doing it long after politics. And I just want to, no one's going to live forever. So I just want to sit down with everyday people. I mean, who knows, even this interview here today, I won't live forever. Maybe one day you all, if something happened to me, y'all could go back and look at some of my interviews and hear me, spit some game or talk or laugh or whatever. And even some of the guests that I've had or plan on having.